Hello again, ladies. Want to start selling something online, but feel totally lost when it comes to funnels? Today, I've got you covered with a free funnel template, and I'll walk you through exactly how to make it your own using Systeme.io. Hi, I'm Jackie from She Thrives Online, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to customize your sales funnel to fit your brand, including the thank you page, so you're ready for the next step, setting up your pricing and payment. Let's go from funnel fear to funnel fabulous, one click at a time.
Okay, so I'll take you first of all, let's just go to the main dashboard, just so you know where you are. And you'll come across to funnels. What we're looking for is the course order form template. So what I've given you is a template that you can change. The settings are quite important. So in this case, you've got the name, it's in the currency of pound sterling because I'm in the UK. Obviously, if you need to change the currency, and this is something that they've actually brought in recently, you weren't able to change the currency originally, but they've made this very good update. You can actually change it now if you need to. So I'm just going to save that. So now let's go in and edit the form. So this shows you here that you have an order page, which is what we're going to edit first. And you also have a very basic thank you page. And you have a few rules along here. We're really only going to use the step configuration and automation rules. That's all we're going to use at this point because we want to keep it as simple as possible. I'm going to come across here. We're going to edit page. What I've given you here is a kind of a basic template, and it's a one-page order form. You'll put any information that you want to just reiterate what you're selling. And you could even put some testimonials in here as well if you want to, or you can just remove them. I'll take you through what you can do. Right, here is where your logo could go. And you hover over and it just shows an image. I'm going to go back to what I was showing earlier. So we've got a section. A section would be a whole section, which will take you down to there. So that's one whole section. And within the section, you've got the row. If you go back to that, there you go, that's your row. At first, it is a bit difficult because it's just working out how to move all these pieces around. But if you were to put a row in, you can then add columns into the row. And a section is obviously the whole section that you start off with. This is pretty much done for you, and it's better just to change what you've got here. And so I'll show you, I'll give you some indications of what you can change to suit your business. You've got your image. I've obviously put a blank image in here. If you wanted to change it to your logo, you can just go into that little icon there and you could upload, or you could put some images in. I've got an image here, which is my logo. So you could just take that once you've bought your own logo in and then insert it. And as soon as you insert it, what you need to do is just come down to here and change the size. So it depends what size you want. What I'm going to do is, I'll show you actually if you go into select files as well. Then you would just be looking for your files. I'm going to go into my system, course creation. You could put anything that you have to go in and that will upload for you. Okay, so I'm just going to close that. So that's where you're going to put your logo. Of course, that could be moved, but at this point, let's just keep it as simple as possible. Your email could go here, and you can literally just, you press on text, and then you would just type it in. Whoops. You could just type your email. I'm just going to put .com just so you can see that I can type into it. And then I'm just going to click outside, just bring the hand over here. And this will be your title. I'm just going to change the line height a little bit because it just looks like it was a bit too close to the top. And again, if you come down to here, you can bring it down. So this is where you could type whatever you want to say. And then I've given you two pictures that you could put in here. This one only shows on the desktop and this one will show on the mobile. I'm going to just, while we're talking about that, let's press on the image. So obviously at the moment it's a blank image. And again, this is where you would come up to here and you'd put in your own images. This is the desktop view. And you can also, what you want to check at the end is mobile view as well, which is great because, I mean, most people will be looking at this on a mobile. So it's always good, but I tend to start in desktop first. So yes, you could put your images in and you could put your name here, or you can just blank, you could just remove it. And then you might want to change the color, of course. So I'm going to press on the section. Did you see that? And then you can see here that you've got the background color. So I'm going to just go on to there. I'm going to just change it to a very light color. Oh no, that's horrible. Yeah, let's put it into that color. And then let's just try, let's change this one. We'll go with that. Completely different, isn't it? Let's put that. That's a bit bright, but it doesn't matter. There you go. I'm happy with that. And that's where you change your background colors. You've always got to click on, and then you can see that's the section. And then you know that's what you're working on. That's what I found quite hard at first, working out how to change background colors and things like that. And then you're going to come down to really the information that you want to actually show them. So here we are with the text headline. So again, you can just click on it and change the headline. And you can put any other text. Now, if you don't want to have all this information, just be careful when you delete, but you can, let's say we want to get rid of text headline. Are you sure you want to delete? Yes. Now, how about you might think, oh gosh, I shouldn't have deleted that. You should be able to just come back up to here to undo, and it brings it back in for you. That's really helpful. And you're going to come down here, you're going to put in whatever information you'd like to put, tell them what they're going to get, really sell it, give them all the positives with the tick marks, etc. And that's from a list. If I click on that, bulleted list, yeah. That's this here. I would have dragged it in to give that bulleted list. And then down here, if you have got any testimonials, that's always really helpful. And you could just, again, you can change photos. You could remove the photos. If you want to remove the photo and just put some information in, you can do that. I'm just going to undo that. And over to the right-hand side, I've actually already entered in really how the order form is going to look. Bring that down so it's not quite so close. The same with, no, that's the wrong. It's interesting because sometimes you'll click on something and it's just working out sometimes. There you go. Just don't want to have it too clogged up. And obviously here you've got the first name, last name. This is your form input here. You've got your first name, last name, email, street address, city postcode. And then you've got payment details as well. At the moment, this is just showing you some information, but it won't be live until you set up your payment plan, which is what we're going to do in a future video. All of that's there. It's great because it's showing it's a secure checkout and all the different payment methods. And then we're going to come down to here. This is where you could put your own logo in. Along here, we have a number of bits of information with regard to refund policy if you want to offer one, privacy policy, terms and conditions. And the best thing to do is just click on there, and then I'm just going to swipe along so it says terms, and then I'm just going to press on, this is the link key, and I'm going to download a file, PDF file, terms and conditions. So once they hover over that, they will be able to open. And that's something you'd need to save. That's it. That's what I hadn't done. That's it. So now you can see, if you hover over this one, you can see there's nothing underneath it. But with this one, I have actually done that. You must always save it. See, we still make mistakes, even if you're using the product for a couple of years. And then here you could, it's a text field, you could put your email in again if you want to, or you could delete it. But don't forget, if you do make a mistake, just come up to here and undo. And the main thing, save your changes. I can't count the number of times that I have actually forgotten to save changes. So yeah, and it does remind you though, to be honest. I'm going to exit out of here. And then we'll go into the thank you page. The thank you page is very basic. So we've gone in to edit that page. You want to ensure that this is set up so it's the colouring of your business. And then you've got your tick there. So of course you could take that out if you want to. And then we've got just thank you for your purchase. Please check your email if you haven't received an email within an hour. Check your spam folder. Any questions, please email me. And then you could put your email address there. And down here at the bottom, you could put your logo in if you want to. You've also got Facebook, you've got Instagram, Twitter, whatever you want to use. And it's up to you what you want to put in here. You can change the background color if you want to. So what did we have with the other one? Did we have that one? So anyway, we've changed it there. And then we're just going to save the changes. We're going to come out. I also wanted to show you, and I have shown you a little bit of this with regard to the fonts within the course creation. But if you want to change your font, you can just hover over. If you come over here, you can change the font size as well. It's so easy to do. But you can also change the font style as well. So you've got Google Fonts, Web Save, Custom Fonts. I tend to go for the Google ones. That's just easier. That's gone on to light, thin. I quite like that actually. Let's embolden it, really dark. So you can do all sorts of things with the text, depending on what you're aiming for. You've even got, you can make it into a header 4, header 6 is small, header 1 is going to be your largest. And emboldening it here, I think the thin looks quite nice. Yeah, I like that. So let's just try and see, does that, no, it doesn't embolden. Oh, it's even thinner now. That's interesting. Yeah, what I'd probably do is do most of my changes over here. And that should change for you automatically. That's just a little bit about fonts and how you can change them.
Look at you, your sales funnel is now branded and beautiful. What's the next step? Well, setting up your pricing, which we're going to tackle in the next video. And if you found this helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe down there and ring the bell so you don't miss it. So I'll see you in the next video.